Hey everybody, my name is David Kendrick. I was just at Windy Hill Athletic Club today earlier in Cobb County. Now I'm back home, and I want to talk about something that I've been discussing with multiple people all day. What I'm going to do first is qualify myself. If you've never heard me speak or whatever, my name is David Kendrick, professional speaker. I'm a Purple Heart veteran. Um, some of the things that I have behind me, I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a mental health advocate. I am a NAMI Homefront instructor, qualified at NAMI Homefront. NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I am a veteran. And this week in Atlanta, we had a veteran go into, I believe, a hospital and commit murder, homicide, whatever you want to call it, and then harm three other people. I'm not going to get into the conversation about guns in the country because that's not what this is about. I'm going to talk about mental health when it comes to veterans. I like to always get down to the root cause of whatever happened when it comes to mental health. And from what I understand, this young man was trying to get help from the VA. He was trying to get a antidepressant called Ativan. A lot of people see the military as this big, large structure, and America is just nobody can mess with America. Yada yada yada. We send our troops overseas. We preach, not we preach, but we pray for them overseas, and we have fundraisers for them. And when we come back, we have parades and things like that. And yay, the battle is over. And that's really not the cause. Speaking from experience, seeing veterans who don't even deploy, people still have mental health issues. Okay, I believe this young man was 24 years old. He was trying to get help from the VA, and he wasn't satisfied with the help he was getting. I'm going to speak to that because I'm a veteran myself. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm an advocate for people who have disabilities as well. The care that we get from the VA is awful. It is awful. And let me give you an example of the difference between civilian healthcare and the VA healthcare. Let's say that my hand hurts. I hurt my hand. It's been hurting me for the past 2 months. I can go to my doctor. If I'm a civilian, I can go to the doctor and make an appointment and see my doctor within 2 weeks. If you're a veteran, you have to get something called a referral, which means first you have to see your primary care doctor, and then your primary care doctor has to give you a referral to go see the specialist, which is the orthopedic doctor. So in my case, I have to go call my primary care clinic, which is in Cobb County, right? Say, hey, my hand has been hurting for 2 months. I need to see my primary care doctor. She may not have an appointment for 2 months. So my hand has already been hurting for a month. Now it's going to take 2 months for me to see my primary care doctor because she has to make what's called a referral for me to go see go see the person I actually need to go see. Now I've been injured. I got shot by a sniper in 2007. I know my body in and out. I know what hurts, and I know when I need to go see somebody when things hurt too bad. I still have to go through this process, right? So I have to call my doctor. Hey, instead of going to see a specialist or orthopedic surgeon or doctor for my hand, I have to call my primary care doctor in Cobb County. I have to wait 2 months or whenever she has her next opening to see her. I have to tell her my hand is hurting. I have to go to the VA or do a video appointment, and they say, okay, your hand is hurting. Then what they do, they make a referral to the orthopedic doctors, and then an appointment is made depending on when they have an opening. So it already took me 2 months to see my primary care doctor. Now I may have to wait another 3 months to see my orthopedic surgeon. Meanwhile, my hand is still hurting. And that's just the way the VA works. You may know what's wrong with your body. Your caregiver may know what's wrong with your body. Your loved one may know what's wrong with your body or your mind. But you can't go see the people you want because it's all done on a referral-based system, because I don't think the VA has the capacity to handle all of the veterans that come back, that have come back from Iraq, that have mental or physical injuries. Now, When it comes to mental health, these are appointments that we also have to wait for. How do I know? Because I've been a patient of the VA since June 28th, 2010, when I got out of the military. And this young man's mother said, well, my son has just been trying to get some help. Which, as a NAMI ambassador, I have to do my job, and especially as a NAMI Homefront instructor, not only in Georgia, but especially here in Atlanta, I know how hard it is to deal with the VA, and this is why I'm always out in the community. I'm always making videos like this, and I went ahead and got certified in NAMI Homefront, which is a program to help those parents and caregivers of veterans living with mental illness, help them find the resources that they need, or just help them deal with their veterans suffering from mental illness. Why do I know this? Because my mom went through the same thing. She saw her son come back physically and mentally damaged, and she didn't know what to do. We went to church. This young man, Dion Patterson, tried to go to the VA. From what all the reports are saying, tried to go to the VA, couldn't get there. And as a man who 1013'd himself, me, and if you don't know what a 1013 is, it's a mental health arrest. I put myself under mental health arrest, and I don't care if it's embarrassing. I don't care about talking about it, because I do this professionally. I've been speaking professionally for 10 years. I put myself under mental health arrest at the VA hospital, and I stayed there for 5 days. For 5 days. And when I got out, I told my mom, hey, I have what I need. I'm healed now. I came out with a suicide prevention plan. But from what I understand, the VA failed this young man. And the VA continues to fail us as veterans because it takes so long for us to get to mental health care that we need. It takes so long. We can't go to the VA and get seen for what we want to get seen for. And this young man obviously did have mental health problems. He tried to get seen for him. The cry for help was there. The cry for help was there. And the VA dropped the ball. The VA dropped the ball. Let me tell you something else about the VA. A couple years ago, this is a long time ago, Trump initiated something I believe is called Veterans Choice. Where, if you're a veteran, let's use my hand example. Let's say that, hey, my hand hurts, and I believe the way it works, if the VA can't see you within 30 days, then they give you a referral to go see a doctor out in the community. It sounds great in theory. Oh, well, the VA can't see you. President Trump initiated something where you can go into the community and get your health care paid for. Let me tell you why it doesn't work. It's because we have TRICARE. Nobody accepts TRICARE. I'm in Atlanta. My shoulder is really, really messed up because I got shot by a sniper. The Army made me do 1,000 overhead arm claps to stay in the Army because I wanted to stay in the Army because I got hurt when I was 20, but I was in a WTU at Fort Carson, and that made the New York Times way back in 2010. It's a whole nother story. But I tried to go to the VA. I tried to use Veterans Choice. I tried to go to Resurgence Orthopedics in Kennesaw. And I needed a procedure for my shoulder where they would take, I believe, stem cells and repair my shoulder without me having to go through surgery. I took this back to I got my referral from the VA. I was seen by Resurgence Orthopedics, and they don't accept TRICARE. Because TRICARE, I guess, is a horrible insurance that nobody accepts. And that's the issue that we're having as veterans. That's the issue. Pain. Being able to sleep at night. Just wanting to go to sleep. This young man right here specifically asked for medication. And he was given a runaround. The same runaround that I know I was given. And I'm going to use screenshots from a system that we have called secure messaging through the VA because I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. That's why I'm an advocate. I can somehow speak for people. I can say things that the people who are suffering from mental health don't know how to say. I guess that was a gift that I was given from God. This young man, Dion Patterson, was failed by the VA. He was failed by the same country he swore to protect. And now that I'm in this role, and especially since I'm a mental health advocate, I'm a NAMI ambassador, I live in DeKalb County, I'm a Purple Heart veteran, I care for my brothers and sisters that served. I care for anyone who's hurting, that has to deal with mental health. I love Atlanta. I care for the city of Atlanta. I was just in Windy City Health Club today. I still got the same clothes on I had on earlier today. But this is so important when it comes to our veterans. Because a long time ago there was a stat that said 20 veterans a day were dying from committing suicide. And now veterans who need help are turning to these drastic measures. And I want to be the first one to advocate for any other veterans here in Atlanta who need help, especially if you're in DeKalb County. Find my page. I'll help you. Or find your local NAMI. If you're a parent or a caregiver of someone suffering from mental illness, please find the local NAMI Homefront program near you. Reach out to me. I don't care how long it takes. I'll try to respond to everything, but this is something so drastically important to me, especially when it comes to mass shootings in the country, and then veterans who are being failed by that same country they took an oath to protect.